Hello, how you doing? It's good to see you. My name's James, and you're watching the Kansas Cut. This channel is now primarily going to be devoted to driving instruction. I teach driver's ed for a living. I'm a driving instructor, as they call it. And we're going to devote the channel to talking mostly about that, doing driving instruction on the road, showing videos on the road, all that type of thing. Also some of the funny stories, because it's pretty interesting in the some of the things you hear, because you drive. I'm in Kansas, and kids can start driving at 14 in Kansas, and sometimes what you hear when they get into the car can be pretty funny, or what they say and do. So we're to devote to that. This first video that you're watching now, and you'll hopefully continue to watch until it's over. It won't be that long. We're going to talk about a couple different things, but we're going to be talking about messed up myself already. Not merging onto the highway, but exiting the highway. When you're on the highway and you're the interstate, the freeway, the 4-lane, whatever, depending on what state you're in. If you're in some places, it might be a 7-lane, but when you're on the interstate, the freeway, the highway, and you're going, and what happens when, I got to turn around, there's a deal, driving. What happens to exit, how you exit, and things you need to do. And I actually have some footage. I was with a young lady driving, and she was driving. I mean, we were working. I was working, she was driving, and I was giving her instructions. And I asked her, I said, I'm going to tape outside the car. We weren't taping in the car with her. And I said, I'm going to tell you what to do and show you. And I'm just have you exit to show people how to do it, because I knew she could do it, actually. And she did. So you'll see that here momentarily. And that'll be a good exit. And as she exits, you'll hear me giving her some instruction on that. So I hope you enjoy that. We'll have some fun stuff. The stories are fun from the inside the car sometimes. I have to write some of them down and keep them in mind and work on it. I like to call it tearing up the road. Stories from inside the car of a driving instructor. That's a good subtitle right there. So enjoy. Thank you. All right. So here we are. We're cruising down the highway. We're about to exit, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Aren't we, V? Can I call you V?
Yeah.
Okay. So people, this is how you exit. I'm telling you. She's approaching the exit here. We got this sign just tells us we have a half a mile to our exit. So you keep your speed up. Oh, Billy Sims Barbecue. Have you ever had that? I hear it's pretty good. So now let's see how you're getting close. Now turn your signal on now and keep your speed up. You don't want to drop much till just as you start to go in. Now, foot off the gas, get onto the brake. Because you got to take a lot of speed out quick. There you go. You don't start slowing down a half a mile back there. You did that very good. So when we get down here, we're going to turn left, We're going to go back through North Newton.
You gotta be very careful in North Newton.
So we can't speed in North Newton. They have their own police, and they don't like speeding.
No, they do not.
So, good stop. You can see, just, keep your head going, you're signaling, and go when it's safe. That one's up to you. I would go. I think you got plenty of time, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean this as in nearest lane. There you go, nearest correct lane. Good job, V. Now, I would tell you what, the first time we drove, you probably would have waited on that car. And now you don't. That's good. Yeah, you're doing good. So yeah, you're about down here. This one's, is that car going to pass us over there on the right? No, they slowed down. But you will be dropping to 35 here very shortly, and do not speed. Press the brake even. That says 35 ahead, which means it's going to be 30, but there you go. So that's a good little way to exit. Make sure you exit right. Edit that all in. Well, there you have it. You exit like that. You approach the exit and you keep your speed up. The importance of keeping your speed up is you don't want to slow traffic down on the highway. So as you approach, you keep going your speed. And then as you get about a quarter of a mile, give or take, maybe a little closer from your exit, you flick up your right signal. If it's a right exit, of course, it'd be left. There are left exits. Flip up your signal light, keep your speed up, and as soon as you enter that exit, foot off the gas, go onto the brake, and apply the normal appropriate amount of brake pressure to cause the car to stop at the appropriate place. It's that simple. The problem is with slowing down too early, and a lot of people do this, it can back traffic up. It just makes people slow down. And the safest way to drive on a highway is to keep your speed up as much as possible. That's why they're the highway. That's why it's the way it is. I don't know about every state. I know Kansas in most places has a minimum of 40 on the highway. To me, that's just nuts. The minimum should probably be 60 or something. But anyway, the faster the better on a highway, as long as it's not excessively fast. There's the line there. You see the crotch rockets, the motorcycles that are going 100 miles an hour, weaving in and out of traffic. You see cars, when the posted 75, they're doing at least 90. No, those people are just as dangerous as the ones going 45 and 50. But anyway, you slow down just as you get to the exit. My student there, we'll call her V, because she was fine with that. She did an excellent job, and we had exited before I knew she could. So that's how you do it. Don't forget to signal. Don't slow down too early. And once you exit, then you take the speed out. Thanks for watching. Now remember, our next driving tip will be, I think we'll do merging onto the highway. Oh boy, that one will be something else, because 75, 80% of you do that wrong. You're watching this video and you think, well, I don't do it wrong, but you probably do. Maybe not. Some people do it correct. Do. I said do, didn't I? Didn't even mean to. But yeah, we'll do merging on our next video, probably somewhere between 5 days and a week from now. I'm going to try to put out one a week. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is the Kansas Cut. We're going to channel dedicated to talking about driving rules and driving things in the car and just driving related stuff. And here's one, a little ditty that happens a lot in driver's ed. And this is the truth. I've done this job for, at this point, basically 8 years. And you get everything. But one of the scariest things you can get in when you first get into the car, and this is usually going to be a young person, just starting, but it's still a little scary. They'll say, you get in the car and you start going over to the pre-driving things. Okay, adjust your seat. You know, are you close enough? Raise it up. This lever raises it. Okay, put your seatbelt on. Once you get your seat adjusted, then we'll adjust the mirrors, because you have to do the mirrors off of where you're going to be positioned in the car, all the basic things. Get them going, and okay, now you raise the seat, you do this, and all right, does that look good? Can you see over the hood? You know, just getting them settled. All right, now are you ready to, we'll start the car, and then we'll do the side mirrors, because the car has to be running to do the side mirrors. My car does anyway. And then and they look, and they go, okay, and they look down, and they say, which is the brake and which is the gas? I immediately know we may not be driving that day. Or we might. Sometimes it could be nerves, but sometimes, sadly, today's oots, the oots of today, that's youth, sometimes they're lacking. Do better, people. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. The Kansas Cut. Please like and share and subscribe. I appreciate that a lot. And keep watching. I appreciate that a lot. Always put God first and His Son, Jesus Christ, and everything will be okay. Thank you.